And now I'm here in the kitchen with Chef Julie, and we're gonna cook with cabbage. What are we gonna make first today?
We're gonna make a simple rustic cabbage soup.
Okay, wonderful. And this is a great dish that you can make on a busy weeknight. Only takes about a half an hour, right?
That's right, it takes about a half an hour, so you can come home from work and get it in the pot, and while you're doing a few other things with the kids, it'll be ready when you're ready.
All right. We've already got our ground beef browned over here. You can hear that sizzling away.
Alrighty.
What happens next?
We're gonna start adding some aromatics, some vegetables in.
Some
We've got-
onions here.
Yeah, we've got one large onion.
Nice.
And to add some extra flavor, we've got some minced garlic we're gonna put in.
Wonderful.
And of course, some salt and pepper.
Essential.
Essential for every cooking. About a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. We're gonna stir that around, get a good mix on it. You can smell that garlic already.
Yes, it's already smelling amazing.
And then we're gonna add 2 cups of chopped carrots.
All right.
And that's what's gonna take the longest. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can leave those carrots out if you really need to.
All right. But I'm sure they're going to be delicious in the soup.
Yes, they are, and they add a lot of beautiful color to go with it as well.
All right. So we've got our ground beef mixed with the vegetables. What happens next?
Now we start adding our liquids, so we are going to add 32 ounces of beef stock.
All right.
And this you don't have to make homemade. You can get that really nice brands right in the grocery store.
Nice.
And if you want to switch that out to vegetable stock, you can do that as well. We've got 2 15-ounce cans of chopped tomato with a little minced onion in it, and we leave the juice, everything in, because after all, this is going to be a soup.
Right, you got to have some juice in there.
Got to have some juice in there. Then we've also got a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. That goes right in.
Tomato paste or tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce.
Okay. But no flavorings in that. Just
No flavors in that. We're going to go back and re-season with our salt and pepper. We've got a bay leaf here as well, a couple of those.
All right.
And then we have some water on reserve.
Just in case
So
it's
yeah,
a little
just in
too
case
thick.
it's a little too thick, we can add a little bit. We can also rinse these a little if we want to do that. Get it all
the
up.
most out of it.
Get the most out of it is right.
Sure.
And our last additive is going to be our cabbage. So we're going to bring this up to a little bubble, which will take just a few minutes. You can put a lid on it, and that helps speed that up.
All right. Looks like we're starting to get some bubbling action in
does.
there. And so this is when you season, right?
This is when we taste and re-season. So we're going to go
Okay.
in. We're going to get our spoon in there.
Not burn your mouth.
Good.
All
Very
right.
good. Now we have to remember this ingredient has 0 seasoning.
Right.
So we're going to add a little more seasoning once we put this in.
All right. And the cabbage, you haven't done anything to it yet.
Haven't
You've
done
just
anything
chopped
to
it
it.
up. You've got white and red. Why did you select?
They
All
both
right.
have similar flavor, similar texture. Cabbage is just a great vessel to put into something to add some hardiness to it and a nice filler, low calories. So we're going to put this in,
All right.
and then we're going to re-season that. It's going to seem like a lot, but it's going to work down. But we don't want it totally mushed, so that's why we kept it in these nice cubes.
Oh, okay. So that it doesn't turn
Yeah,
into. I
'cause
think
it
we've
can-
all had mushy cabbage.
Yeah, we have. I try to avoid that.
And then I'll just stir that in.
Yep,
You're
we're going to add a
more
little seasoning to the top of that.
Wonderful.
That's going to get right down in those crevices.
Well, and cabbage is not a super strong flavor on its own.
It's not. It needs to have something wrapped in it or coated on it, baked in it,
Yeah.
to let you realize what it's really all about.
So with that nice mild flavor, I mean, it really lends itself to highlighting some of these other flavors, right?
It does. It does. It's going to mix right in with the onions and the garlic. And then we're going to put a lid back on it and let it kind of simmer
Right.
again.
It's so pretty.
It is a beautiful soup.
Well, and with a head of cabbage, I'm always amazed when I start to chop up a head of cabbage by how much cabbage is there. I mean,
This
that's
pot is almost full.
right. It just gives you so much to work with. You can keep it for a while too, right?
You can, you know, that's the difference between cabbage and lettuce. Lettuce, you've got a couple of day time frame, and a head of cabbage you'll be able to keep in your fridge for a couple of weeks. And you know,
Nice.
you could take some off of it tonight, wrap it back up in some plastic. You can use it for a stir fry. You could take a few leaves off of it and wrap some chicken salad or something in it and work on it for a week or two.
Nice, nice. It's a great ingredient to have around. All right, so we'll let that steam until it's al dente.
Till it's al dente, about a 10-minute simmer on it, and we'll be ready to eat.
Perfect. I wish that everyone could smell this because this smells amazing. And it's so beautiful too. That mix of the white and the purple cabbage, that really brings a lot of color to it. The carrots are so beautiful. That's
Nice
wonderful.
and chunky.
And it's so fast and so simple.
Yeah, it's literally around a half an hour right now.
That's wonderful. And I can see how flexible it would be. You could do so many different things with this.
You could.
And then if it's only, let's say, 2 of you, you could eat it for a week.
You sure can.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right. Hold this and we'll,
Do the honors.
yes. See, that is beautiful. Get a little juice in there. Perfect.
That looks great.
That does. That is beautiful. It's so nutritious, so simple, and so delicious. That's fantastic.
Looks great. Smells wonderful.
Yeah. Chef Julie, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna do some more cooking with cabbage.
We are. and
What's
this time
next?
It's going to be a little bit more fattening, a little more decadent.
Okay, I'm on board.
All right, we're going to make a cabbage gratin, and the home cook might want to call it a scalloped cabbage.
Sure. So instead of potatoes,
Right? We're going to scallop some cabbage.
nice. All right, how do we start?
All right, we start by blanching our cabbage, and we've got the purple and the green cabbage here, and this is just going to take 2 minutes.
And just a little bit of water in the bottom, so I'm gonna put the lid back on
Yeah,
and
a
it's
little bit
gonna
of salted water.
steam it down. All right.
All right, so we're going to give it a little pat here. All right.
And why do you dry it off?
I dry it off because it's a moist vegetable.
Okay.
Holds a lot of water in it, so we don't need that added water. So we're going to make
It would
sure
make
it's.
the gratin soupy.
It would make
right.
it soupy. So we are going to take our buttered casseroles that we've already buttered,
All right.
and we're going to put some cabbage in each one of them. This will be a little bit of a layered dish. And I've also got some pre-buttered, some of those buttery crackers that I've
All
crushed
right.
up, and then
Nice.
I've shaved a little cold butter into it with a cheese grater, which is an awesome home tip. If you need some butter, we're
That's
going to
great.
put a little crumbs in the middle.
And you could do this in a big casserole dish
You
or
could,
the small
and serve it
serving
family
size.
style. This is a perfect Thanksgiving side dish, Christmas
Nice,
side
yeah.
dish, casserole to take somewhere. You could switch out the cheese. We've got about 3 ounces of Gruyere here.
Nice.
But you could use cheddar, you could use American, you could use whatever your family really likes.
Wonderful.
So we're going to put another little layer of cabbage on top.
Some more
Some
cracker
more.
crumbs.
Yep, some more of those good cracker crumbs. Now we've got a little custard built over here on the side.
Yeah,
It's
what's in that?
That has got 3 eggs and 3 cups of half and half in it. And that's a
Nice.
little savory custard, no sugar.
And obviously some seasonings in there
Yeah,
as well.
it's got a little salt and pepper in it as well.
All right, so simple.
Very simple seasoning, yes. Right. We'll start to pour a little bit of that on. I use that spoon for a little aerator to spread it around.
Okay, it's a nice little tip.
Hmm.
And you put the Gruyere right on top.
Right on top.
Perfect. So now this goes in the oven. What temperature?
We've got our oven set at 400 degrees. We're going to bake it for about 15 minutes, and we'll check it at that.
All right, perfect.
All right.
This looks amazing.
That looks good. Now we're going to add a little salt and pepper to the top just for
All right,
season.
Nice. All right, and these ramekins are super hot, so
They
if
are
you're going to
super
serve them right
hot.
away, you need another plate or something
We do. We're going to
underneath,
set them
right?
on that plate, and I'm going to move this right over for you.
All right, wonderful. And I am
here we
dying to
go.
try this. Oh, this looks wonderful. And
looks
all
so
the layers. That is so delicious. It's rich. The cabbage is mild, but that gives an opportunity for the Gruyere to really shine.
It's tender but not mushy.
Yeah. Chef Julie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.